I'm going to show you this really cool trick for drawing skeletons, and you're going to love it.
Something really fun to do this Halloween season is to try out this drawing hack for skulls that we've created. We've got this awesome printout which you can do in color, or if you are a teacher and low budget school, free printout by saying boo below, and we will send it to you along with a free drawing tips guide. And check this out, the boys sat from the neighborhood for 2.5 hours doing these projects. They turned out really spooky, really cool, and we'll take you through how to do that in a really fun way. So you can swipe right, check it all out, see how much fun we had. Try this. It's a great empowering way to learn to draw, and follow along for more drawing tips and hacks just like this, and secrets that we can get you to making more art, basically.
Okay, so we're gonna tape all our edges down, because when you get paper super wet, what happens? Do you know, Teddy?
No.
What happens to the paper when we get it wet with paint? It gets super
Black.
wobbly, doesn't it? But when we tape our edges, it's called paper stretching. It's going to dry really, really flat, which is so cool.
Do you have the do you have to put watercolors on it?
Why? What other things were you thinking? Oh, can you do just the transfer without watercolors underneath? You definitely can. That's a good question.
Can I do it?
Yeah.
Yay.
We can add watercolor. All right. Give your watercolor a palette. Quick little misting here. I like this little ceramic palette. I'm going to put it in the shop too. And love to work wet on wet. My hair gets in everything. Oh my gosh. Ooh, there's some stuff in here from yesterday. Let's clean it off. Okay. Wash this off. Coming in, I wouldn't go all the way to the edges. Try not to, because then your tape will lift off. And the reason we do this is it's called paper stretching, and your paper is going to get really, really wobbly and stretch. Ooh, that's nice. Indigo is probably actually my favorite color, especially with watercolors. And tie-dye and everything, basically. Just look at how rich it is. And this is perfect for Halloween. Just gonna make sure it kind of goes all over. There we go. Have fun with this. Is looking spooky already. My advice for this is keep it nice and light and bright where you're drawing over it. I'm going for a splashy look because it's a skeleton, and this is Halloween, and this is fun. So much fun. Oh, I knew pink with indigo would go really well. Couldn't sleep over it, which is crazy. What's this guy? Get a little bit of that in there. Ooh, just for some variation. And you can stay loose, add more water here and there. You can even, let's add salt. Then you'll get sparkles. Yes. Oh my gosh. Or not sparkles. I'm going to add this and that'll add sparkles, but I'm going to also add salt after. Let's try that. Okay. Here's some Himalayan sea salt. You don't have to get crazy like that. You could just use table salt. But just take that and sprinkle it in. Let's put it in the dark areas and see if we get stars. We'll see. See what happens. Ooh, I'm excited. It's gonna be so spooky and so fun. I love it. And if you say boo, B-O-O, down below, you'll get this free printout and you can try this yourself. It'll be lots of fun. Okay, let's get in here. So the paper is expanding. It is quite wobbly. Got some really gorgeous puddles. Let's see if the salt is slowly soaking it up yet. We can't quite see it. Make sure your tape stays on. That's a big tip there. And if you're using a hairdryer, that actually lifts tape off and lifts the glue off the tape. So as you're doing that, watch it, or you can let it sit and dry overnight or in like 4 to 6 hours. If you're doing this as a school thing, this can be day 1, and then you can come in with the rest on day 2. Lots of fun. Just leave it dry, tape it down to the art room desk or your whatever. I like to use MDF actually we have a Windsor Plywood hardware store, so super cheap. You can get it at any hardware store, and those are drawing boards, and I've had this for like 10. Oh, so gorgeous. Okay, so you can't get watercolors and neons. I did use a golden like fluid paint. However, if you go too crazy like with that, it will become, in fact, I might give it a little mist to keep it absorbing into the paper. It's like a glue and it will resist the other media over top. So just be conscious of that, but it should be fine. Oh, indigo. Get some indigo in there. Look at how gorgeous these stains are. And you can now see that the salt is lifting up some of that media. Ooh, fun. I can't wait to see what you make. It's going to turn out so cool. Okay, so I've used my hairdryer. It's getting really flat. And I've like mopped up the puddles with this. And then you just kind of lightly rub off the salt. Make sure it's all the way dry before you do that, okay? It's gotten some really gorgeous areas, and that's thanks to the salt. So, oh, I just love this. It's so much fun. Look at that. So gorgeous. All of that salt, I just lightly brushed it off. It's nice and flat. The indigo is really, really rich, and it contrasts well with the pink, which is really cool. I cannot wait to show you the next step, and I can't wait to see what you create using this really fun technique. All right, next step, I want you to rub oil pastel on the back of your printout. Here's your printout, which is free if you say boo down below. Black is good, also like blue or green is really fun. Lighter colors won't show up as well. Sometimes like light blue does. Try it out, test it out and see if it works. So just do that really evenly across the whole back. Like go back, go forth, up and down, cross hatching. If you know about drawing, you'll know about cross hatching. So just go like that. You can even rub it a little like this to get it more evenly. Try it out. See how it goes. Okay, now you find your composition. That means moving your skull around to see where do you think it would best look on your painting. This is going to be the positive space, and then the space around it is called the negative space. So this is your subject. Where is your subject going to be? I think it'd be really cool to have it like above this little watercolor mark. That's why happy accidents are so fun in watercolors, because it seems to work out in your composition somehow. And I just don't know why, but it always works out for me. Okay, tape your top edge and tape both sides, because it will flip up nicely If you just do the middle, it will shift. Mark your corners just in case you lose your place. And if you're working with kids, they will lose their place. So make sure you mark your. All right, so that flips up really easily. This is a cool trick right now that I'm showing you. And it shows up here. Maybe I'll show the eye and the pink in the kind of lighter area. Ta-da! Ooh, pretty cool, right? So here are some drawing tips. And when you say boo down below, you not only get this printout, but you also get a whole bunch of drawing tips to make sure that this turns into a really neat drawing from start to finish and something that you can be really proud of. So you can press really hard on your pencil and you'll get a really dark mark, or go over it 2 times. But if you press really lightly, you'll get more of a lighter line. And that's called line sensitivity. And it'll make your drawing more interesting and dynamic if you practice pressing harder. And if you practice press. Those hard lines that you press, they will come forward in your piece and your composition and your artwork. And then the lighter lines will come back. So right here, you're going to want a really dark hard line, but maybe it's a crack. So you make it really light at the top. And look how cool that looks. It looks like a real crack in the skull. Also, you could turn your tool to the side, and that's how you shade. And that's how you work over a greater area. And another cool thing is you can try cross hatching, which is another artist move. And you can go one way and then diagonally go across like that. And that's called cross hatching. So I want you to try those different marks while you're creating your skull, and it will turn you into a total pro in drawing. Just trust me. And if you're not feeling the florals, just go like that all the way around and skip the florals. No big deal. It's your piece of art. You get to decide. You can add all sorts of different types of flowers. You can add any sort of, if you love hockey, add some hockey numbers or sayings, or if you love video games or whatever you're into, this can be totally your artwork. I love florals, so I included florals, but you definitely can do whatever your heart desires. So I'm going to sit here and draw. This is going to come together. I can't wait to see yours. Remember to say boo, B-O-O, down below to get your free printout that I created on Procreate on my iPad. And get your free guide below. We cannot wait to see what you create, and you can share it in our free community as well. I'd love to see it in there. And we'll be there to support you and celebrate your. All right, let's check out how this transfer went. And the portrait hack, ta-da, pretty cool, if I do say so. And again, you can go over lines twice, or if you missed an area, you can get in there. Try cross hatching, try the side of that tool. Really go for it. You can even stop here if it was good enough for you. See how that made it darker? But I'm really eager to come in with soft pastels. So I'm going to show you that step next, as well as colored pencils. And if you say boo down below, we'll share our favorite mediums with you. We love mixing media. Oh my gosh, it's so fun. So you'll see how dynamic this will become when we combine soft pastels and go back with colored pencils. You can use oil pastels or whatever you have on hand. So this is Teddy's skull and skeleton that he worked on. Look how rich the Sennelier soft pastels are. They're so gorgeous. So really you can go with any colors. I might incorporate a little of that blue into some of the black darker areas. So you just gently go in and make that black really rich. And I'm going to put some of that blue in there. You can combine a dark blue and a dark brown, and it'll make a really rich black. This is a bit of a darker blue. You can get your blender in there too, which, there we go. Really spread that around. You don't want to make it too dark. You want to leave some like light. And look, you. Let's see how it's going. Whoa, so good, so spooky. Love it a lot. My favorite part about this whole thing is how different everyone's skeletons turn out, right? Like how everyone's a different personality and all the skeletons turn out unique to them, right? So lots of soft pastels later and going back and forth and erasing and carving back in with my colored pencil, erasing the florals and getting them back to that more like illustrative line.
White's a Halloween color.
Yeah. Teddy's going for Halloween
I added
colors.
white.
I feel like he's done every color.